that animals absolutely have, emotional and physiological needs, and so do plants. I mean, good grief! You talk to a good green thumb gardener, and they can walk down. So there's a happy tomato, and there's a happy corn plant, and there's a sad tomato plant, and so this whole sadness happiness thing, permeates, I think, all of life. I mean, we want happy earthworms on our farm. We feel like if the earthworms are happy, then probably everything else is probably happy. The grass will be the most nutritious it can be. The most nutritious grass will produce the most happy cow. The most happy cow will produce the most nutritious beef. It all goes, and yet that would be laughed into scorn by the scientific research community, which is all about taking the soul out of it, taking the moral out of it, the ethical out of it, and we're going to look at a bottom line. We're going to look at efficiencies, and in efficiencies in dollar extraction today. Not long term, but dollar extraction today. And one of our problems is in our culture we don't have an accounting system to account for extraneous costs like pollution, like C. diff, MRSA, all these well, goodness, supposedly half the cases of diarrhea are foodborne, toxicity. Well, what's a case of diarrhea worth? It doesn't go on the the liability edge of the balance sheet. When you go into a banker to present a business plan, the banker doesn't ask you after you presented your business plan, well, this is a really good plan, but I'm not going to give you any loan until you prove to me that it's going to make happier earthworms. Nobody asks that, and yet every one of us is completely and fundamentally dependent on the value of that, the functionality and value of that world that never goes on a balance sheet. And I don't have a solution. I'm just a prophet. I'm just saying, here's a problem, and we need to work with that. I mean, that's part of the reason for the triple bottom line. That's been one of the ways to address it. But there are bigger things here than how fast can we increase stock share today. There's a lot more